My dear, what they are about to do next will fracture your trust in ways you never imagined. Behind their silence, a storm brews. Brace yourself. The truth they hide will shatter your illusions. What they are about to do next will rewrite the meaning of betrayal in your heart. They'll choose a path that leaves you gasping, questioning every memory you once held sacred. The next move, a seismic shift that will shake the foundation of your deepest love. Watch closely. What follows will expose the fragile edges of their loyalty and your faith. Their next step, a silent goodbye disguised as a lie you never saw coming. You think you know their heart. Wait until their next act tears it wide open. Brace yourself. Their next choice will echo in your soul like a haunting melody. What's coming will be a test, one that may break your spirit or awaken your power. The shock you'll feel is the universe's way of forcing you to see clearly. They're about to cross a line, rewriting your story without asking for permission. Soon, you'll witness a version of them you never knew existed, and it will sting. Prepare. What they do next will demand your fiercest forgiveness or your final goodbye. The truth they hide is a shadow ready to swallow your light whole. Their next move will reveal the silent wars you never fought but always lost. When they act, it won't just hurt. It will uproot every sacred promise you believed. The shock is not just in their choice, but in the emptiness you'll suddenly feel. Their next act, a quiet explosion, erasing the love you thought was unbreakable. What they do next will either bury your past or ignite your rebirth. The silence before their move is louder than any confession you'll ever hear. They're about to choose a stranger's path, leaving you with the wreckage of trust. The betrayal you sense is a prelude to a truth you're not ready to face. Their next step will force your heart into a battlefield of hope and heartbreak. You'll feel the coldness before their words. Watch how they unravel the story. What they're about to do will redefine pain in your language of love. Their next act is a mirror reflecting all the secrets you never wanted exposed. Brace for the unexpected. Love's calm before this storm is about to vanish. What they choose now will haunt your dreams or fuel your liberation. Their next move is a shadow dance between loyalty and destruction. The shock isn't just in their action, it's in your quiet, breaking acceptance. When they act, your heart will fracture, but your soul will begin to heal. Prepare for a silence so loud it drowns out every whispered promise. Their next choice will leave you stunned, but the universe is aligning for your growth. What's coming will test your faith in love and the strength of your own spirit. They'll shatter what you thought was unbreakable. Now your rebirth begins. The next step they take is a secret message from fate, loud and unforgiving. Watch as the love you built trembles, only to rise stronger or fall forever. Their next act will be a silent storm, erasing the past with cold certainty. The shock will come swift and merciless, but you'll rise like fire from ashes. What they are about to do next will teach you the harshest truths of love. The calm before the storm is your last breath before everything changes. They're about to rewrite your love story with chapters inked in heartbreak. Brace your soul. The next move will either heal or forever haunt your nights. Their choice will be a wound disguised as a lesson in cruel honesty. The shock they bring will pierce your silence and awaken your deepest self. What they do next is the universe's way of clearing your emotional sky. Prepare for the unexpected. They're crossing lines that redefine your entire world. Their next act will reveal all the hidden fractures you tried to ignore. The shock will ripple through your veins, shaking loose the roots of old love. What they are about to do next will force you to confront your darkest fears. They'll turn your love into a question mark, begging for answers you'll never get. The next move will be a fracture in time, splitting before and after forever. Their choice will echo long after words fade, marking your soul indelibly. Brace yourself for a betrayal so raw it cuts through the silence like a blade. What they're about to do next will awaken your dormant strength or bury your trust. Their act will be the final verse in a love song turned requiem. The shock is the universe's gift, forcing your heart to choose, heal or break. They're about to erase the lines you drew. Watch your world crumble beautifully. Their next move will leave you breathless, suspended between heartbreak and clarity. The choice they make next will haunt your every quiet moment for years. What they do next will either shatter you or carve the path to freedom. Their act will be the earthquake your heart never saw coming but always feared. Brace for the shock. The love you knew is dissolving into something unrecognizable. The silence before their next move is the loudest cry you've never heard. They're about to rewrite loyalty with a pen dipped in unexpected betrayal. Their choice will be a crack in your soul, leaking truths long buried. What they are about to do next will unmask the true colors of love. The shock will sting, but it's the medicine your heart desperately needs. Prepare for the unexpected. Their next act will redefine your definition of loss. They're about to sever ties with a calm that chills your very core. Their next move will etch a scar you thought you'd never bear again. The shock is not just in what they do, but what they leave behind. They will unravel the tapestry you wove, each thread a shattered promise. What they do next is the silent thunder before your soul's awakening. Brace yourself. Their choice will burn bridges and build new paths within you. Their act will feel like a ghost's whisper, haunting your every thought. The shock is a wake-up call. Listen closely, your soul is screaming. What they are about to do next will shatter your night and birth your dawn. If this touched your soul, don't scroll, like, comment your favorite quote, and subscribe for more. They'll cross the line you swore was sacred, leaving you stunned and reborn. Their next move will twist love into a shadow you barely recognize. The shock you feel is the final unraveling of a story long overdue. What they do next will leave your heart aching with both loss and hope. Their choice will echo in silence, an unbearable truth wrapped in calm. Brace for a revelation so raw it will redefine your every trust. They're about to unveil a version of themselves that breaks and frees you. The shock is not cruelty, it's the universe clearing space for your healing. Their act will teach you how to mourn love and still rise fierce. What they are about to do next will leave you questioning everything you believed. Their choice will be the cruelest kindness, breaking you open to truth. Brace yourself. Love's quiet death will birth your fiercest life. The shock is a severance, cutting you loose to find your true path. They will unravel your heart, but from those threads, you'll weave new strength. What they do next will haunt you, but it will also set you free. Their act will be the final chapter of a love story turned myth. Brace for a silence so deep it teaches you to listen to yourself. They're about to make a choice that will echo in your soul's eternity. The shock you feel is love's brutal but necessary awakening. What they are about to do next will forever change how you love again. Their next move will strip away illusions. What remains will either heal or haunt forever. Brace for the shock. They're about to choose a path that no heart should follow. What they do next will fracture your soul, but birth the phoenix within you. They'll leave behind a silence so thick it screams louder than their words ever could. Their choice will shatter the mirrors of your love, forcing you to see yourself anew. Prepare. What they are about to do will redefine the meaning of loss and liberation. The shock will come as a quiet betrayal, whispered in the spaces between their actions. What's next is not just an ending, but a fierce beginning disguised in heartbreak. They're about to unravel your heartstrings, but your soul will learn to sing again. Their next act is a wound and a wisdom, both sharp and necessary. Brace yourself, the love you knew will dissolve, but your spirit will rise unbroken. The shock is a cruel teacher, but the lessons it brings are sacred. They're about to erase your name from their story. But you'll write a new one. Their choice will ripple through your veins, awakening strength you never knew you had. What they do next will leave you breathless in sorrow and fierce in freedom. The silence that follows their act will teach you more than their words ever did. Brace for the unexpected. Their next move will shatter your peace, but not your soul. They'll choose a stranger's road, leaving you with the wreckage of love's past. The shock will break you open like a seed, only to bloom fierce and wild. Their next step is a shadow dance, both a loss and an awakening. What they do next will haunt your quiet moments, but also light your darkest nights. They're about to fracture the love you built, but your heart will rebuild stronger. Brace for the silence. They're leaving a void that only your soul can fill. Their act will feel like winter's chill, but spring waits beneath the frost. The shock is not just betrayal, it's your soul's invitation to rise. They will unravel the threads of your trust, but not the fabric of your worth. What they do next will haunt you, but also set your spirit free.